Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in today. It's Sunday. My kitchen's a mess because life has got the best of me this week, but that is fine. Sorry guys, let me just connect to make sure that I'll be able to show you guys everything. Today, we're gonna get this sink cleaned and we have got a product packed live stream. This is probably the most products that I've added into one live stream at any given time, but I want to show you guys all the products I use to keep my space looking marvelous and sparkling clean all of the time. So for those of you that don't know me, hi, my name's Natalie. I'm a multi-passionate creative, which means I have about 15 million hobbies, but I do an overabundant amount of product research before I decide to purchase or bring anything into my home. And I love to sit here on live and talk about it. So let's get started. The first thing that I would like to discuss, because I know that you guys are going to ask, is my sink. And I currently have it tagged below. This is the Cross Ordette modern pull-down sink. It is a German brand, however, you can find it everywhere here in the United States. I happen to order it online. But the reason why this sink is so cool and it's not like normal sinks is because it's touch censored. I am obsessed with this feature. As you guys know, I like to cook a lot, and whenever my hands are dirty, for example, instead of touching my sink to turn on the knob, I can just go like this, clean my hands really quick, and then turn it back off. Super clean. I really love the design. Whenever you turn on the water, it has this nice pull down handle, which actually goes pretty far. There are two different settings on the handle. This is the stream, this is the shower setting, and yeah, it's very simple. One thing about this touchscreen faucet is that it only stays on for 3 minutes, which personally I love because I do have a cat, and you guys know if you join my live streams, she's not allowed up on my table, but say she does get on, because when I'm home, she runs the house, and she accidentally touches this with her nose, and it turns on. Within 3 minutes, it's gonna automatically shut off, no matter what. So this is a pretty cool feature. Even if you accidentally leave your water on, this can never go running endlessly. Whenever the batteries start to run out, it will actually start blinking. There's a small indicator light down here that you guys cannot see, but the light will start blinking red to notify you that you should change the batteries. And if you don't change the batteries, it's okay, because you can just switch off into manual mode, which is where you'll be able to turn on and off the faucet manually, just like a normal faucet. So, as I mentioned, it's Sunday. This place is a mess. I want to get it cleaned up, and I'm going to talk about every single product that I use to clean my home along the way. So let's get started. Number one thing that I want to discuss is my Scrub Daddy sponges, guys. I am literally obsessed with Scrub Daddy. Ever since I started utilizing Scrub Daddy, I decided that I was never, ever, ever going to go back to a normal sponge. I love Scrub Daddy because every single sponge has two different settings. Whenever you're using the sponge with cold water, the sponge gets really tough and it makes it very easy for you to remove grease and dirt from whatever you're washing. And whenever you use hot water, the sponge gets really soft. It helps to melt away the food, and then you can really squeeze it into nice little crevices. Right now I'm using hot water, and I'm putting all of these into the dishwasher, so you can see I'm not like cleaning them amazingly well. But before I put my dishes into the dishwasher, I do like to give them a little scrub down because, fun fact here, if your dishwasher has ever flooded, the reason is because you got too much food inside of the drain, and the drain is what causes your dishwasher to flood. So, pro tip, if you can just scrub off some of the big chunks and rinse it in your sink and let that go down the garbage disposal instead of letting that go into your dishwasher, you will have a dishwasher that lasts for a very long time. So, just scrubbing all these items down. Another reason why I love Scrub Daddy, so you guys know I used to use those old sponges. You know the blue ones that are two-tone? It's like light blue and dark blue. You can only use those sponges in your house for so long because after a while they start to stink, they smell like mildewy and moldy. These sponges will never do that because after you're finished using them, all of the moisture completely evaporates out of the sponge, which is amazing. So I've had these sponges for a very long time. I've actually never had to replace them, at least not yet, and I'm obsessed with them. They are the best sponges, and let's go ahead on and rinse everything. I'll just tell you guys what I made. You guys know those bacon and Gruyere egg bites from Starbucks? Last night, I decided that I wanted to teach myself how to make them. And so that's why there are so many dishes in the sink. But again, it's Sunday. It's time to refresh your house and your space. And we are gonna do that together on this Product Packed Live today. If you guys are interested in these plates, I actually did a live stream last night in which I spoke about my dishware, my top 3 kitchen essentials. That was so much fun. I really love these Amazon products. Let's get this cup out of the way. And you guys can see there's still a little bit of food on it, but again, you just rinse it enough not to make sure that your dishwasher is going to flood your entire house or break down. And lastly, the pan. So before I get into cleaning this pan and the glass, we're just gonna go through the sponges very quickly. So this is the first Scrub Daddy sponge. This is the one that I actually primarily use. You can see it's kind of disintegrating just a little bit, but again, I've had this for a long time. It doesn't stink. All of the water completely evaporates out of it, and I love this sponge. Now, the next 2 products that I have tagged, they come in a set. It's the Scrub Daddy and the Scrub Mommy. The only difference is the Scrub Mommy actually has this softer portion and it also has the hard portion. For me, I really just go between all of the sponges. I love them a lot. And the way that you clean them is super cool. Whenever you clean these sponges, all you have to do is put them inside of your dishwasher, let the dishwasher run, and it's brand new again. So if you've never tried a Scrub Daddy sponge, if there's not one thing that I recommend you getting and trying, it's the sponge. You will probably never look back. You'll never go back to a traditional sponge once you try a Scrub Daddy out. I swear by them. So let me know in the comments, have you guys ever tried to use a Scrub Daddy sponge? Have you guys ever heard of Scrub Daddy? I feel like they're pretty popular now in the US, but surprisingly, a lot of my friends and family are actually not using them. Personally, anytime I get another sponge in my house, I'm just like, that's for cleaning something else. It's not necessarily for cleaning dishes in the sink. Okay, so again, guys, I don't need to get this super clean. I just like for most of the food to be off. And the reason why I get a lot of the food off before loading the dishwasher is because I want to keep the longevity of my dishwasher for a long time, and I do not want my dishwasher to flood. All right, and we will load the dishwasher momentarily. So, next product that we are going to go over is how I store my Scrub Daddies. I've already spoken about every single Scrub Daddy and how obsessed I am. And you guys know me, I'm very particular about my house. I like everything to be a certain way, hidden and out of the way. And that is where this nice little sponge holder comes in. It's clear, it's clean, it's efficient. And the thing that I like about this one specifically, there are multiple different ones and a lot of them have baskets. You don't want to get a sponge holder that has a basket. Why? Because water collects in the bottom of the basket and then that creates mildew. If you're gonna get a sponge holder like this, you need to make sure that you have one that is aerated and has a lot of holes, preferably no basket. As you can see, the ends of mine are just clear. And this is the best way to keep your sponge clear and not getting mildew on it. All right, So the next thing that we can go over is this cross multi-purpose over the sink dish rack. I'm obsessed with this dish rack because whenever I need it, I can easily roll it out as you guys just saw, and whenever I don't need it, you just roll it up and you keep it out of the way. This is actually the same brand as my motion sensored sink. I do not have an actual cross sink, even though this is made to fit into the cross sink, but I just use it in my under the, what is this called? An under the counter sink. And for me, it's a really nice product to use. I can just show you guys really quickly. Say you have a lot of glasses and you do not want to keep your glasses in the dishwasher because they might break, like a wine glass. You can literally just store it there. And it's so easy to use. It looks nice, it's aesthetically pleasing. This actually comes in multiple different colors. I have black because it matches the vibe of my home. But there's also, I believe my sister, she has a much lighter home than me, and she ended up getting the light gray version, which very nice, same purpose. Use it however you please. And the next step that we're gonna go over is the soap dispensers. So I have these soap dispensers tagged. OXO is the brand. Unfortunately, I cannot find this exact set on Amazon. So OXO, if you are watching, please get this set back on Amazon. My followers want it. They want to purchase this set. Specifically, I love this set because again, it's aesthetically pleasing. Everything that you see on my channel and in my home will be. The tops are black, so they match my home. And also, I really like the fact that they're clear. And the reason why I like the fact that these are clear is because whenever the soap is getting low, I can always tell where the level is and when it's time to refill. And actually, a part of today's Sunday refresh is refilling the soap canisters. So let's get into that. Soap products that I love to use, Dawn. It's really the best. And these containers are so easy to use. You literally just twist cap it off. And we are going to, actually I'm gonna put it here so that you guys can see. We're gonna use the rest of this Dawn bottle. What I have tagged below, I actually like to use multiples or purchase multiples so that you always just have some on stock. It's just easier that way, and actually if you purchase multiples, if you can, it does end up being cheaper than if you just purchase one single bottle at the store. So I recommend you getting a value pack. It is so worth it. And guys, whenever you're filling up these soap dispensers, do not go all the way up because you're gonna need a little bit of room for the soap dispensing pump to fit in. And I'll show you guys that right now. So basically, whenever you put this back in, it's gonna come up just a little bit, and it didn't come up too much, so I actually can add some more. Just don't go all the way to the top. I've done that many times and it ends up being a complete mess. So here we go. And next, we are gonna do the same thing to the hand soap dispenser. So again, it's so easy to just pop this off, very low and zero effort. As far as hand soap in the kitchen goes, I exclusively use lemon flavored soap. The reason why I like to use lemon flavored soap is because again, I like to cook a lot. And whenever you use lemon flavored soap, say you're cutting an onion or you're using your hands for garlic, lemon flavored soap is going to cut any remaining smell that lasts on your hands. So in the kitchen, always opt for lemon. And again, you guys, don't fill this soap dispenser all the way up because you need some space for the pump to come through. And you just put it back on. So as you guys can see, very simple, very easy to use soap pumps. And the last step that I like to do is just wash them after I refill them, because there is a little bit of soap residue left on these pumps. They're so easy to clean. Just use some water. You know, it's just like dried soap. Whenever somebody uses it, say a little bit dribbles down the side, that's fine. Wipe it, then I roll out my mat and I just let it dry here. But yes, again, these are by OXO. I apologize for not being able to find the exact same ones. I will try to locate them. OXO, if you're watching this, we really want to see this version. I love this version because this is the dish soap. The dish soap is a lot larger than the actual hand soap, and they're aesthetically pleasing. They're a pair, as you can see. They're plastic, they don't get dirty. Also, it never leaves a ring because it's a really nice grade of plastic at the bottom. So this is a really nice set to have and to keep in your arsenal. Moving on to the next product. And how are you guys enjoying this live so far? Please let me know where you're from. If you're enjoying this content, give me a follow. Again, my name is Natalie. I'm a multi-passionate creative, which means I have about 15 million different hobbies, and I tend to do an overabundant amount of product research before I purchase anything and bring it into my home. And I'm on live right now because I love to speak to you guys about it. So the next product that we're going to use, after we've cleaned all the dishes in the sink, we've gotta get this sparkling and get everything together. So first we're gonna go in with my soap bottles. I always buy concentrate. I actually started doing this a few years ago where I stopped purchasing new bottles every single time I need to use a cleaner. Instead, if you purchase concentrate, it's actually a lot cheaper, it's easier to use. Really, this whole bottle will last me for about a year. And I use this cleaning spray for everything except in the bathroom. I will say in the bathroom I use something a little bit different. Also, any type of mirrors that I have or wood, I am using a different product. But what I would do here is just spray the sink, and I like using this because it kills, even when diluted, it kills 99.9% of viruses or germs. And again, it has that lemon flavor, so it smells absolutely delicious. I use the same sponge. I just go in here and get any of the muck or dirt that was added due to my dishes being full at the beginning of this live overnight. But hey guys, I'm human, it happens. And we can just clean it together. So after I do that and get all of the chunks in, turn on my water. And I, again, use my sink. One thing that I do want to mention about the sink, so whenever I mention the actual touch feature, and let's just go back to the actual product very quickly. Whenever I mention the touch feature, the only portion of the sink that is motion featured is the actual base. So if you're ever wanting to use the actual handle or this handle, this is not touch censored. However, the base anywhere in here is all touch censored, even all the way up to this portion here, but not this portion because this becomes the actual handle. So I feel like Cross really actually thought in depth and detail about this motion censored sink before creating it. It's super efficient, it's beautiful. I love to use it. All right, so we are going to go back to this product. So first, spray down the sink with my cleaning agent. And if you're curious about these bottles and you have a Dollar Tree around you, I would recommend just going to the Dollar Tree. Super easy to buy. I think they're $1.25 now. And this is just how I keep all my cleaning solutions. All right, and there's just some melted cheese there because my water gets so hot. And it's that easy. Then my drain is full of stuff that I'm just going to add into the garbage disposal. And next, I'm going to show you guys how I actually utilize this product to refuel my bottles. Let me move this over to the side. I probably use a little too much, but it's okay. It's what I like. So and I hope you guys can see and I'm close enough. I pour it until it's probably about 3/4 full. Now remember, I already had some in here, so it's already diluted. And then you fill the rest up with water. All right. And watch the suds. The suds are coming. Okay. And that is how I do it. After I get the lid onto this container, similar to the soap containers, I just give it a quick rinse, just in case you accidentally got any product on. And we will put that to the side. So again, this is the Lysol Clean and Fresh Multi-Surface Cleaner. It's one of the only cleaners that I use in my home. I stopped purchasing products. Instead, I just utilize this really nice dispenser container and the actual Lysol concentrate. And this entire package lasts me for about a year, which is amazing. The next version that I'm using is just Fabuloso and water. The reason why I love to go in with Fabuloso, this is more of a daily cleaner for me, is because it smells absolutely delicious. If you've never smelled Fabuloso, your entire house will be smelling amazing. This is just a multi-purpose cleaner. I do not believe that this has any antibacterial agents, but woo, it smells so good. And Fabuloso has just a dash of oil in it. So if you ever go to someone's house and you're like, wow, their kitchen sink is like sparkling clean, why is it so shiny? Chances are they're using a cleaning agent that has just a dash of oil, which provides shine to stainless steel and metals. And that is another reason why I love using Fabuloso in my sink as a daily cleaner. So get all of that clean together. Guys, I wish you could smell this right now. It smells absolutely amazing. The flavor is, it doesn't really, tropical spring scent. Tropical spring scent, it smells delicious. I highly recommend. It is a really nice cleaner. And again, to show you guys how I would refill this bottle, you just grab the Fabuloso, you fill it up until it's about 3/4 full. As you guys can see, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And also, again, this Fabuloso, this one will probably last me, I use this one a little more, so maybe a little less than a year. And I know you guys see it bubbling, just keep going. All right, now it's about 3/4 of the way full. We can add the lid back on there. Turn on your water. And it's okay if you see it setting, but really you're looking for the blue portion to come up. And that is how you do it. Put the lid back on and wash the outside of the bottle just in case you got any of the cleaning agent residue. and it's good to go. And again, guys, if you are interested in these spray bottles, I just got them from the Dollar Tree. They're super cheap, $1. You can also find them at Walmart, but these are the primary cleaners that I'm using on a daily basis in my home. It's so easy to keep them refilled. You always have them available. If you ever run out and you're in a pinch and you can't go to the store, it's so nice to have just concentrate on hand that you can use and refill your bottles all of the time. All right, so now that my sink is clean and sparkling and smelling absolutely delicious, it's time to go into the garbage disposal. A lot of times people forget about your garbage disposal and you'll have a nasty smell coming from your sink. You wanna make sure that you keep that clean as well. And I use a very special product to keep my garbage disposal clean. First, you take this out. This is called a plink. I have the product tagged below. It is basically this little tiny ball which provides a burst of lemon. And you just open them up. It's so easy to use. You take your little ball, you drop it in your garbage disposal, and you let hot water run down your garbage disposal for just like a minute or so. As you're letting that plink run down your garbage disposal, then you turn your garbage disposal on. And you can actually hear the ball breaking up. It's actually a pretty tough ball. And it smells amazing. Oh, it smells so good. Then you turn it off and that's it. This is not something that you need to do all of the time either. This is just something that you need to do during your refresh days. I recommend only plinking your garbage disposal, I would say once per month, but you should be really utilizing your garbage disposal every time you wash your dishes if you are putting any debris down your drain. Every time after I wash my dishes, I just turn it on really quick and turn it back off. As far as the plink goes, make sure that you're using it once a month. It's a pretty cool product. All right, so now I'm actually gonna show you guys how I like to store these bottles. It's gonna require me to move the phone for just a moment, so hang tight. Let me get this so I can show you guys my storage solution. So I'm gonna put this right here. I'm gonna go ahead on and open this. I know that it looks extremely dirty, but I have these command hooks. I really love the location of them. I just now showed you guys exactly how I refill these bottles with concentrate, and I just store them right here under my sink. I'm really utilizing the Lemon Fresh whenever I need some antibacterial cleansing agent, and I'm mostly utilizing the Fabuloso Plus Water cleaning solution whenever I just want to shine up my sink. There's a little bit of oil in it, and it makes your entire house smell amazing just from spraying it in your sink. That's all you need. So this is a really cool product to use. It was super easy to install. Here below, you can kind of see the command hook pieces. I love using command hooks because they're temporary. If ever I want to remove this, or if I applied it and I messed it up, all you have to do is pull this little string and all of the sticky portion will come off, and it'll come right off without actually ruining your wood. Also, it's very strong. As you saw, I just now filled this up with cleaning solution and water, and these have never fallen, and they're quite old. So I recommend getting these to store your cleaning solution. It's super easy, and I really love it. Okay, moving on to the second side of the door. Let me make sure you guys can just see that correctly. So we've got quite a few products down here. So number one, we're gonna start the dishwasher because you guys just now saw me load it. This is my favorite product to use to wash my dishes, and I also store them up here with command strips. So since it's Sunday, it's refresh day, let's just go ahead on and get our pods refreshed and back in their proper place. And I just store this right here under the sink. And I'm going to show you guys very quickly what I'm utilizing. This is just the Command Hook medium canister. I actually have 2 of them here. The first one I use to store the actual Tide Pods, and then the second one I use to store all of my Scrub Daddy sponges that I showed you guys earlier. So it's a pretty nice storage solution. It's super efficient, and I love to use it. So now very quickly, let's just grab a Tide Pod. We're gonna close the dishwasher. We're gonna put our Tide Pod inside the dishwasher. And again, since it's refresh day, we've got to go to the next product. And that next product is the Finish Rinse Aid Jet Dry. This is not something that I add to my dishwasher every single month even. I actually just have to look at the indicator on my dishwasher to see when it's time to be refreshed. I'm not going to show that to you guys because I'm sure everybody's looks different. I have a little fill line, and it will basically tell me whenever I have enough of the product inside. As you guys can tell, I tend to overfill on almost everything. But there's bubbles, it's bubbling down. And just get that guy back inside. Let's see. Twist it shut, and there we go. Okay, let's talk about this rinse aid for just a moment. So I know a lot of my friends and family actually do not use this rinse aid. I highly recommend you using rinse aid in your dishwasher, because if you ever wash your dishes and you're noticing that you're getting a lot of water stains on your dishes, it's because you're not utilizing a rinse aid. Even if you have a water softener in your home, water drying on a product without a rinse aid will leave water spots and leave residue and calcium buildup. You want to get a rinse aid because every single time you use your dishwasher, your dishes will literally come out sparkling clean. Do not miss this step. It's mandatory. I highly recommend it. All right, so the next product, oh, we went through everything. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna bring you guys back over here. And we are going to clean the kitchen sink, and then or not the kitchen sink, we're just going to clean the actual, we're gonna clean the actual table as we go through all of the products that we recently discussed one more time. So, first I'm gonna go in with this antibacterial cleansing agent, put it all over the countertop. Typically, I am cleaning with a microfiber cloth. For me, it's more efficient, it's easier. Also, it really leaves my countertops sparkling. Sometimes I feel that paper towels will leave a slight residue, which is no fun. And these microfiber terry cloths, you can search for them on Amazon. There's no right or wrong one to pick. They're all great. They all have nice quality. I also go in and I clean my handle of the sink. And we'll get into the sink one more time. So just a reminder, this is the Cross Ordette Motion Sink. It is 19.5 inches high. It has the cool touch feature, so if your hands are dirty, you can just quickly touch it to turn it on, touch it to turn it off. It has auto shut off features. It will only stay on for 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, the entire sink completely shuts off. It has this nice pull down handle with 2 different settings. It has the stream, and it has the shower. And the touch setting does not work on any of the handles. The touch setting only works every single place on the base, which is fantastic. There's a battery pack underneath it, and I did not install this myself. I actually had to get it professionally installed. So as far as ease of installment, I recommend you hiring a plumber. You really don't want to mess with the water and plumbing in your home unless you know exactly what you're doing, which is not me. Right. So next product, the Scrub Daddy sponges. I'm obsessed with Scrub Daddy sponges because they are so versatile. Number one, when the sponge is used with cold water, it hardens up and you can really get a lot of the cooked on food off of your pans, plates, etc. Whenever you use warm water, the sponge softens up and it's super malleable and you can shove it in a jar or those hard to reach places. Additionally, whenever the sponge is not in use, all of the water completely evaporates from the sponge. So you will never get that nasty, mildewy smell from the sponge. It just doesn't happen. And then secondly, if you ever cook something and there's a bunch of food debris left inside of your sponge, all you have to do is put this in the dishwasher, run your dishwasher, and the sponge is brand new. It is the coolest sponge. After I got the sponge, I've never looked back. We're gonna go ahead on and wash mine today. There's 2 different portions. There's also the Scrub Daddy and Scrub Mommy duo. If you're new to Scrub Daddy, I recommend you get these first and then go in with the second one that I tagged later, just so that you can kind of get a feel for the sponges and how they work. Next, the way that I actually house my sponge is right here. This is the clear OXO sponge holder. If you're going to use a sponge holder, I recommend that you get one that's nicely aerated like this one. You need to make sure that it's not a basket and it actually has holes at the bottom so that whenever the water is evaporating or falling off the sponge, it has somewhere to go and it's not just sitting there collecting mildew in your sink, which becomes a very stinky situation. And ideally, you need to get one that actually does not have sides, like the one I have tagged below and like the one here, because again, if you have that curvature, that leaves another space for water to get in and you'll start getting that mildewy smell. So just make sure you get one that's nice and aerated. Next, I have this Cross over-the-counter dish rack. I am obsessed with it. It's actually meant to fit into a very specific Cross sink. I don't even have that sink, but it doesn't matter because this is the rack that I use whenever I'm drying dishes. Sometimes if I'm cleaning a glass that I don't want in the dishwasher, you can just leave it here and let it dry, which is pretty cool. And when you need it, you can easily roll it out. When you don't need it, you just put it up and it's away. So this is a pretty neat feature. Next, I have the OXO soap dispensers. The taller one is for dishes and the smaller one is for your hands. Again, I cannot find this exact set from OXO. Pretty upset about that. So OXO, if you're watching this, please get this set on Amazon. My followers are looking for it, they want it. It's the best. It's aesthetically pleasing, it's easy to use. Earlier in the live, I showed you guys how to easily refill your soap dispensers and containers. The soap that we use for the dishwashing liquid was just the Dawn, plain old Dawn. I definitely recommend you getting the whole pack because 1, it ends up being a bit cheaper, and 2, whenever you end up running out, kind of like I did here, you're easily able to just finish refilling your portion. As far as hand soap goes, I recommend any hand soap in the kitchen that has the scent of lemon. Why? If you like to cook, if you're dealing with onions, garlic, foods that smell a little bit, you're gonna wanna use lemon hand soap because that will remove the smell from your hands. So in the kitchen, always use lemon. You won't be sorry if you really like to cook and you like to cut your own natural products. So the concentrate that I use is right here. This is the Lysol Clean and Fresh Multi-Surface Cleanser. I have it tagged below. I actually don't buy bottled spray anymore. Instead, I utilize these spray bottles from the Dollar Tree. I do 75% concentrate and 25% water. This entire bottle will be my cleaning spray for the entire year. So highly recommend it. The next version of cleaning spray that I like to use is Fabuloso. Fabuloso just smells amazing. This is the Spring Fresh. You can get this online. You can also find it at the Dollar Tree. It will make your entire house smell amazing. On top of that, Fabuloso has just a hint of oil in it. So whenever you are cleaning your sink, if you want your sink to be sparkling and shining, use Fabuloso, because that's how people get that nice aesthetic shiny look. That's really delicious. All right. So next we discuss the plink. So again, plinks are just these small little circles that you can add into your garbage disposal. It smells like lemon. If you're ever having a problem with the smell in your garbage disposal, go back, watch the live, learn how to use a plink. It's not a process that I do every single day or every single time I clean. I actually only plink once a month. It's a great product to use. It smells good. I can actually still smell the lemon from plinking, so highly recommend. And next, really quickly, we are just gonna use this Fabuloso and get the actual granite clean and shining. Like I mentioned to you guys earlier, Fabuloso has just a hint of oil in it, which is why I love to use it as a cleaning agent. Whenever you use Fabuloso to clean, this is where you get that really shiny look, really shiny and polished look in your home. The way that you use it is you use 75% of the Fabuloso and then you fill the rest of the bottle with 25% water. Highly, highly, highly recommend cleaning with Fabuloso. You can also bring this to your sink and make sure that you're removing any hard water spots. All right, so we went back over the plink. Next product we talked about is how we're actually storing these items. I'm gonna bring this down very quickly, show you guys one more time. These are the command hooks that we are using to store our concentrate cleaners. I keep these right behind my bathroom, or right behind the door under the sink. They are command hooks, they're extremely strong. If you ever want to remove these, all you have to do is pull down this little strip and it removes without ruining your wood. And it's just space saving. Instead of keeping it down there, just hold it behind the door, it's extra space. Okay, now we're gonna go to the other side and let me go to the next product. So we utilize the Cascade pods. You guys saw me load the dishwasher, super easy to use. Next product, the Rinse Aid. Again, you guys should really be utilizing Rinse Aid. If you are ever utilizing your dishwasher and you're noticing that your dishes are not coming out sparkling clean, or you're noticing that you're getting a lot of water spots, even if you have a water softener, it's because you're missing rinse agent. Do not skip this step in your dishwasher. It's something that you need. Lastly, I have these medium caddies. This is how I store the Tide Pods, and this is how I actually store all of the Scrub Daddies that we spoke about on today's live. So, guys, that concludes everything for today. I just want to say thank you guys so much for joining this kitchen refresh. As you can see, everything is nice and clean and beautiful. As always, my name is Natalie. I'm a multi-passionate creative, which means I have about 15 million hobbies. I do an overabundant amount of product research before I try or bring anything into my home. So if you've enjoyed this content today, please give me a follow. And yeah, we'll join more lives. We're gonna do this a lot more often now. So thanks guys, happy Sunday, have an amazing day. Goodbye.